Alright everybody, how's it going? We have our Sonics here. This one here's the Sonic that I'm going to be putting, all the new parts on, taking them off that Sonic. So, not sure exactly what we're going to do. If we're going to do this like a little build series having multiple videos, or if it's going to be just kind of a one and done kind of video. Not 100% sure yet. We'll kind of figure that out as we go. But I don't think I have a whole lot to do, but obviously replacing the bad parts on here, the door, the hood, the fender, the bumper, the fender on the other side. Some of this stuff, like this piece down here, unfortunately I am not going to be able to fix it today, so it's just going to have to be, done later. This piece right here will be fixed at a later date as well, and this piece will be fixed at a later date as well. So it's not all going to be done today, but the tires, as you can see right here, I can't drive it like that, so this these wheels are going to be getting replaced. All right, we're going to start the tear down on this one, and then we'll start the tear down on that one, and we'll go from there. Well, we got it all torn apart. Of course, this fender was already off. I still got to do this door, get this door off, but I've got to change out the window tint, or the glass, because of the window tint. And yeah, I removed this hinge because it was bent. I don't know. I don't think this one is bent, but it might be. It looks like it might be, actually. So I may end up having to still remove this one. This fender, this one's actually pretty easy. Got a bolt here and a bolt here. If you open up the door, you can get to this one. There's a screw here and a screw here. And it's just a couple of push pins around the inner fender liner to get that off to get to this. It opens all this up. The core support was super easy. There's a bolt here, 2 bolts here, and then 2 bolts here. And then just a couple of pieces across the top that you just undo, and it comes right out. You can leave all of this in here, which is really nice because I didn't want to take all that out. And yeah, everything just kind of just set off to the side, so I can just leave it there and I can worry about it here in a little while. Couple of things is this connector is broken. I think I might depin this connector and use the other one off of that car, and then the same thing on this one. It is also broken, so I'm going to depin this connector and also put it on that car. That way I don't have a splice and it actually is proper. I'm just going to depin that. And then that goes to the sensor on the front of the bumper here, the temperature sensor. So yeah, we're making progress. It's looking good. So I'm going to start tearing this one apart. I'm not going to film it because it's literally the exact same process. And this piece up here, so I have the ZZP air filter, where there's an aluminum piece that comes over and sets here, and it actually went up and punctured this piece. So that got broken, and that punctured that piece there, so this is all getting replaced as well. A couple other things need to do actually is the engine mount I need to replace because it's broke, which I'm going to use the one off that car. I'm going to try to straighten this up as best as I can, if I can, and then that way this bolt works on there. And then need to take this off and replace this because it's obviously kinked and bent. So we'll get that off and then we'll go from there. All right, well, we have 2 stripped down Sonics now, and we're making progress. Got all these parts. This is the old scrap fender. I've just been laying the bolts on it, but I've got the parts laid out off of that car to go on this car. And it's going pretty easy actually. So on the front bumper is really easy to remove. There is just a handful of screws. There's 3 screws here that bolt into the fender liner. There's 3 screws on each end. There's a little tab that kind of like sets down in there. Just pull down on that and it slides out. And then just undo your clips up here, and then 4 bolts. The bumper comes right out. Oh, and then underneath is a screw right here, which in the fender liner, you can get to it from right here. So you don't have to take the fender liner off to get to that. Just 1 screw there, these 3 screws, these 2, there's another one here. Oh, and then there's one right here. Take those, you know, however many screws that is, out, and the bumper just comes right off. It's really easy. I've got the old motor mount out. You can see those parts. It's right here. That is actually supposed to have a back on it. You can see where that goes down like that somewhere, I think, somewhere down in that area. So it should look like that one there. Should look like that. So we're gonna take this motor mount out, put it on this car. I'm gonna worry about the door later. What I'm gonna end up doing is pulling the door panel off, pull this glass out. I'm gonna do the same thing on that door. I'm gonna do it while it's attached. That way it's not just laying on the ground or whatever. It's easier to work to, it's steady. And then we'll go from there. I've got somewhere I've got to go. Actually was, it started over an hour and a half ago, which it's just a fun little event that I'm going to go to. It's nothing like, I just had to be there on time. It's literally an all-day event. But that's that. If anybody's wondering about the aftermarket intercooler, that is this is the factory intercooler. These retaining clips, I hate these retaining clips. This tube is hard to get off. A little plastic. It's not, you know, it's not super big compared to the ZZP. Look how much thicker that is. It's taller. It actually sticks like way down here. It's got this heavy steel or heavy aluminum plate on top and bottom, so nothing's gonna impact that and cause major damage. It is a little bit longer, and then it is actually all aluminum all the way to here, and it has these T-clamps on it. So if you are looking to upgrade your intercooler, ZZP is definitely the way to go on that one. I think other people has other opinions on them, but I personally like the ZZP one. I'll leave a little clip, one of those little ID cards up there in the corner of a link to the install video on that. It's not bad at all. It's really easy. Done, you know, all of this is being done here, obviously in my yard, with literally, you know, screwdrivers and pliers and, you know, screwdriver, plier, and ratchets. No specialty tools at all, nothing. I am a mechanic by trade, so it's a little easier for me than somebody who just doesn't know what they're doing, but it's pretty simple. You can do this with basic tools. Like all my, you know, big boy tools are all at the shop, like the, you know, little screw guns and stuff like that. All that's at the shop. So I'm doing every bit of this by hand, literally screwdrivers and a ratchet. So and a couple of wrenches. So I'm going to be done for now, and I'll see y'all in the next one. We're going to start going back together with this, and then I've got some other stuff, some accessories we're going to start working on to get this thing going 100%. So if you haven't, subscribe down below, smash that like button, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.